Hey Taurus, what's going on? So I'm doing your past life readings for this month, so make sure you stay tuned to my channel and my readings to see what's in store for you. Thanks. Welcome to Metaphysics, my perspective. Alright Taurus, we're going to do your past life reading for April 2022. Basically, make sure to remember to check out your other placements in your chart because this is not going to resonate with all the Taurus sun signs. So if you want to know what your other placements are, you just need to Google like your rising sign and your moon sign. Also, I'll be doing the South Node for this reading because that deals with your past. So you can look all them up on any type of astrology website. Just type in astrology calculator or type in the individual signs, rising sign calculator, South Node calculator, And also just a quick reminder to like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you're just looking for my videos in particular, you can type in, you can do hashtag Metaphysics My Perspective. And that's basically what all my videos are going to be labeled under. I've also updated my description box, so everything's a little bit neater in there. You'll be able to see the website and everything that you want to visit. Alright, let's get on with it. So the reason past lives are so relevant, a lot of people who cares, it's the past, or I don't believe in past lives. Even in your astrological chart, if you look, astrology is more accurate in regards to how the present affects, or how the past affects the present, rather. Sorry about that. So you can see how certain things in your family were that's happened to you, like where you were born, what time you were born, things like that will all show you in a way on your current predicaments or situations, your life challenges, your karmic lessons. All these things that I do, I offer those on my website, Akashic Records. Just something to think about if you're wanting to get to know more of yourself. Alright, so Spirit, what does Taurus need to know about their past life? What are the messages for Taurus for April 2022 in regards to their past life? Leaving or travel. So, if you find yourself traveling in this life, or leaving, or not being able to stay grounded, or if you feel like you've moved from place to place throughout your life, there can be that can be an indication in the past life, or even in this life in the past, how you basically could, been like a nomad, someone that's always traveling, never can put down roots. So, or someone who just likes to travel a lot. Also, you might have an affinity for suitcases or stuff like that, or travel stuff. Just like when you go shopping and you go buy things, this might be an item that you just have to purchase, that you just want all the time, or just new stuff. Anything in regards to travel. Travel is a very wide perspective. It can be looked at upon many different things. So if you find yourself never being able to be grounded, leaving relationships, always wanting to be on the move, that could be an indication that you were a nomad in a past life, or someone that was basically, in one sense, you could have been the person that helped invent airlines. There can be so many different aspects to that. What I will do though, when it comes to those cards, I will look at the book to give you more accurate messages. But in this card, we basically see just railroad tracks and a suitcase. So in regards to that, it could be a lot of different things. It can be like, you could have been someone that, the Chinese that worked in the railroad. It could be one of your past lives. It's basically whatever resonates. And the rest of the cards will help with the reading. It will tell you more about the reading in general. But like I said, this is a general reading, so, it's not going to apply to everyone. But there can be little things in it, that you can pick out that will make a lot of sense to you, that will explain, part of your personality. But more often than not, when this card comes out, even, just personal readings that I do, it always has to do with someone having to do with airlines, something to do with transportation, or the, travel industry. You could have been, you could have been the person that come up with, that created the very first travel enterprise, you know, or just anything in regards to that. So keep an open mind with that. Make sure you stay tuned to find out the rest of the message, because you know, if some of you are impatient and you're clicking off before you actually get to the reading, you might miss out on valuable information. What else does Taurus need to know in regards to past life for April 2022? What other messages does Taurus need to know in regards to past life for April 2022? What else does Taurus need to know? Okay. Egypt. So, if you find yourself having an affinity for Egypt or anything in regards to that, like, for example, you know, you're just fascinated with pyramids, or, you know, some of you might be taking a trip to Egypt. You'd be traveling to Egypt. You could live near Egypt. You could live, you know, right in this vicinity near the pyramids, and you could, you know, work with railroads, or you could have done something then. But if you're a Taurus and you're watching this and you have this affinity, then this definitely would resonate for you. But many people, including myself, have had many past lives. Me, I've had at least, personally, 44 lives in Egypt, and which one I was the brain puller, which I actually could decide, you know, basically I weighed judgment when it comes to, like, you know, mummifying the mummies and putting them in the sarcophagus and all that. I was able to basically, you know, in a way, down the soul, or choose which way they go, if that makes sense. Kind of like, I think it is it's one of the guys that does that it's able to, I don't know if it's Horus, or I have to do my Egypt studies on Egypt, but I had, in that one lifetime I was very powerful. And what's interesting about that is I actually had a past life reading done by someone, and they had said in there, and it resonated with me, because the very first book that I checked out in 4th grade, it was a book on mummification, and I was fascinated with it. And the fact that she said I had 44 lives in Egypt, and that's 444, so that's a synchronicity. So, you know, when she told me that, you know, and I knew it resonated, so it's not like, you know, I'm just believing what I'm hearing here, and that's why, you know, discernment is, you know, such a great tool to use. But it was pretty fascinating to know all that, and it just made sense, because I've always had that tie to Egypt, fascinated with pyramids. So when this card comes out, it probably resonates with some of you. So a lot of times when it comes to past lives, you can go and revisit these places. Sometimes, you know, depending if you have control over your dreams, you can go to the dream state and awaken more memories. But you can also ask for those memories to be activated. But definitely, if it's Egypt, if it's something that, you know, that you find yourself interested, whether it's the jewelry, whether it's the symbolism, there's so many visions and stuff I'm getting right now, because there could be so many possibilities for so many of you Tauruses. So just think on that, and if it resonates, you know, kind of look at that card, see if it brings back any memories to you. And then, of course, I will explain the card in further detail. There's not a whole lot of symbolism on these cards. It just kind of shows you, you know, where it's at. So let's get on with it. What other messages does Taurus need to know for April 22 in regards to past life? What other past life messages does Taurus need to know in regards to April 2022? What other messages does Taurus need to know in regards to past lives for April 2022? Love life. So, depending which Taurus this resonates for, it can be whichever ones that have, you know, recently found a soulmate, or have you know, someone that's very special to them. Your connection, especially if you're married to them, or if you just feel like you've known them forever, the connection is basically saying that it was from Egypt. And so this could have been, you know, you two could be the type that like to travel all the time, expensive taste, you know, going out to these different, you know, resorts, eating different things, you know, just living it up, you know. Also, you might find yourself collecting certain things from Egypt, or pyramids, or just anything like that, you know. You might have a collection of trains when you were a kid. It could have been anything like that. Anything that reminds you of travel in Egypt, or you're planning a trip to Egypt. With this card, you know, you've got You got your love, you got your roses and things like that. So red, it has to do with passion and love. So you might have a huge passion for these places. But if you've ever been fascinated with it, you probably need to take a visit there, check it out. If you find yourself watching like Ancient Aliens or something like that, and you just love that, that could be something that could be an indication of where you mostly spent your time. Some of you are artists, so the ones that are artists, things like that, you might find yourself looking into the old tattoos, the way that they used to do them, like in Egypt, or at this time, some of you actually might be actually doing tattoos for people that are either Egyptian or that want Egyptian tattoos on them, such as the cross that they have. I can't think of what it's called. It's spelled ANKH, I think. Whatever that symbol is, you might be recently. You might have done that, as body art, or you might have drawn that for someone for some type of magazine or a book or some type of artistic cover. Let's see what else I get. So basically, when it talks about your love life, so pretty much all of your partners, I get for some of you, all of your partners, you've had karmic connections with them in Egypt. Or if you're in Egypt and you met your love there, you could be Egyptian and met your love there, and you live here in the States now. Like I said, you could be leaving Egypt now to travel somewhere else. There's so many different possibilities. So just take whatever resonates. Don't try to make it fit. What other messages does Taurus need to know in regards to their past life? Atlantis. Now, a lot of people don't believe in Atlantis. Usually the most spiritual people, a lot of people don't believe in it because they, it's never been proven to exist. Depending on who you ask, some say it has to do with the Bermuda Triangle, which, for me, in the knowledge that I understand and I've channeled, is basically that the Bermuda Triangle is basically a direct result of the crystal technology that they used in Atlantis, and then it sank and kind of, in a way, opened up a magnetic field that has to do with different dimensions and time travel. But if this rings true to you, if you feel some type of kinship to Atlantis, or you remember watching cartoons about it, or you've had dreams about it, or if you have a fear of drowning, water, anything in regards to that, then it's a good indication. And so, when it comes to Egypt and Atlantis, Egypt is one of the civilizations that existed right exactly after Atlantis. And so, that Greece, all those places, so they're all tied together. And me personally, I definitely resonate with Atlantis. So, if you're into like a lot of technology, find yourself into a lot of computer stuff at this time, you could have been an actual person in Atlantis that created technology, because they were a very technologized civilization. Compared to our regular history and things like that, you're not going to hear about that, because so many things they say cannot be proven. But more and more will come to light as we enter, more and more into the age of Aquarius. So just like I said, just take what resonates. Some of you, I feel like, in Atlantis, you were something with ships and harbors, and again, that would be travel. So you could have been the type that worked with planes and just any technology, any type of advanced technology, stuff that you're doing now that you're just like, wow, how do you know how to do that? Or stuff that you're born with and you can't explain it. Again, you might have someone that that's asked you to do tattoos of dolphins, and you're like really, really good with tattoos, or dolphins, or drawing, or anything like that, or you just have a kinship with dolphins, ancient monuments, anything related to these types of civilizations. What else does Taurus need to know in regards to their past life messages for April 2022? What else does Taurus need to know in regards to their past life messages for April 2022? Angels. So some of you might have like a collection of angels, or know someone that collects angels. Taurus usually deals with collections. So When it comes to them collecting things like that, they might have parents that collect certain things, grandmother possibly. When you think about, like, when it comes to like a Taurus, the way they love beauty. They love things of beauty. They love, again, collections of things, a lot of gold, jewelry, stuff that can basically give, or end up being a lot of value as far as a lot of money or things like that. Now, I'm getting visions of, like, for some of you, like, being the one that, when it comes to Egypt, like being, in the royal court, or being, close to the pharaoh, or being actual pharaoh of yourself. But I see, just like, when I think about the culture of them, and even actually, stuff that's coming through right now that I hadn't remembered in a while, the Ten Commandments. Like, if you ever watched the movie about the Ten Commandments, they talk about them worshiping the golden calf. All right, so Taurus' symbol is the bull. So actually, around the time of the Ten Commandments, as that movie depicts, that was in the age of Taurus. Now, with each age, when it comes to astrology, we have ages. So we have the age of Gemini, which would be a very communication time, like, a lot of technology in regards to communication, or a lot of messages. I would say, like, for example, in the age of Gemini, being that we deal with writing and speaking, there was a lot of speeches made, a lot of different type of writing things discovered. It could have been old documents discovered at the time, anything to do with the mind. So when it comes to Taurus, you got the bull and you got the gold. So when you think about the time of Egypt, that's all it was. There was gold. There was a lot of different, animals that they worshipped. Bull was one of them. Everything was royal. It was, it was based off beauty and just, collections of things. And, even when they discovered some of the mummies and stuff in the pyramids, they had just wonderful things, like, just all kinds of different collections, and each one had this and that. And it was just a collection of all kinds of, valuable, very unique, luxurious items. So that fits the Taurus personality and actually coincides with that timeline. So think about that. So angels, when it comes to angels, it's basically just saying that you are very spiritual. You are a very spiritual person, or you have been a very spiritual person. If you don't believe in anything, you at least believe in angels. Like I said, people that collect those, or you personally have a kinship or connection with them. Whether you admit it to yourself or admit it to anyone, there's something that resonates with you when it comes to that. It could be saying that your angels were with you, or it could also be telling you at this time to ask your angels, for actual messages in regards to what you need to know about the civilization in these places. And it could be saying that your angels brought you together, that they, if you're a Taurus and you find yourself seeking, love, it could be saying that they're helping you, assisting you with your love life at this time, and these are the same angels that helped you in these civilizations during these time periods. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll read from the book now to give you more insight in regards to these cards. So let's start with leaving and travel first of all. You drew this card because of your old patterns spanning several lifetimes that involves travel and leaving. You may notice in this lifetime that you are a vagabond of sorts and want to continually be moving. You may wish to travel often or seek out a career in which you do so. You may also tend to move to new homes frequently. You develop this propensity for leaving and movement out of necessity during your lives as a traveler or other type of nomad. Which is basically what I was telling you. Most of everything it's saying, I was already telling you that. Your relationships may have also involved you leaving your partner or being left by a partner who traveled. This kind of movement is impacting the situation that you're inquiring about today. So it's just like I said, how the past basically affects the present moment, and then ultimately the present moment affects your future moment. So, Egypt. All right, so. This card signals a significant past life in Egypt, which relates to your present situation in question. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried into a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal this issue like gardening. You can eliminate vestibules of the past by pulling them out by their roots. If you're drawn to Egyptian culture or travel, you most likely had a positive experience and lifetime there. You may wish to explore the belief systems of Egypt to tap into ancient memories. Much of Egypt spirituality involved astronomy and astrology, so stargazing can also help you trigger insights and recollections. On the other hand, if the thought of traveling to Egypt is frightening to you, or you have a negative feelings about this culture or spirituality, you may have deep-seated fears associated with your lifetime there, or lifetimes. There is a fairly common and many traumas occurred in this land in ancient times. Working with a qualified past life therapist or a regression audio can help you release and heal old toxic energies. And they do have meditations for the ones that you want to really get into this. Meditations in regard to past life regression and remembering your past lives. So you can try them. They're on YouTube. They're pretty much free, so check that out. And then your love life. $61. Alright, this card comes to you as an indication that your love life is affected by one or more previous lifetimes. Most likely you had painful experiences back then, and it has caused you to be overly cautious in such cases. Working on yourself can help you reopen your beautiful loving heart in a way that you can love and be loved again. It's also likely that this card comes to you as a validation that the man or woman you're romantically interested in was also a prominent person in your past life. This individual may not necessarily have been a romantic partner at that time, but your inclination towards connecting romantically in this life is definitely part of a greater plan. Alright, so Atlantis, 19. Your lifetimes in ancient Atlantis is affecting your current situation. You have soul memories of the civilization that offered every kind of imaginable wonder. There's a longing for a utopia that you unconsciously remember and which you know is possible in this world. Your soul also remembers the tragic ending of Atlantis, and you may have developed phobias about the ocean as a result. Although you love the sea, perhaps you prefer not to go swimming or sailing. You also recall how the majority of Atlanteans were peace-loving, with the exception of a few political leaders who misused crystal power to determine of all. So you may be extra sensitive to issues relating to political corruption in this lifetime. So think on that, because there's a lot of things in Atlantis, like I was talking about technological civilizations. You might want to do a meditation that takes you back to Atlantis, or actually do the past life regression. Now, this is something I haven't done myself, but it is something I've studied my entire life. So since I was a kid, my memories of past lives have always existed, and way before I got into tarot cards or doing a lot of this external work when it comes to spirituality in this lifetime, Atlantis was one of the first things that I could remember as a child, and that in my affinity to Egypt. So if you're like me and you have those connections, then you should look into it, and it will bring a lot of peace to your soul. So 15 for your angel card. You drew this card as a sign from your guardian angels you have been with you throughout your soul's history, which is what I told you all ago. In between each lifetime, your angels work with you to review the lessons you just learned. They also help you to prepare and plan for your next lifetime. You may have functioned as an angel during your time in heaven. You've helped guide and heal your loved ones just like your angels do for you. As a result, you hold a deep love for guardian angels. Your guardian angels know all of the details of every lifetime, and they can help you gently recall significant memories that will allow you to heal in your present life. Call upon your angels as you're falling asleep to reveal relevant memories while you're sleeping. When you wake up, you may not recall all the details of your dream, however, but once you're prepared to consciously remember your past, the material will be given to you. You only remember what you are emotionally able to handle. In addition, Archangel Michael, the angel of courage, strength, and protection, Raphael, the angel of physical and emotional healing, and Raziel, the angel of God's secrets and mysteries, will help anyone who calls upon them. Like all archangels, they're unlimited and non-denominal. They can be with everyone simultaneously, offering their unconditionally loving power. So, Taurus, I hope that cleared up your past life for you, for the ones that actually watch this. I'll be doing, other different types of readings. This is just something that I hadn't seen done on YouTube, YouTube or TikTok or anything for that matter. Never seen these type of readings done, so I figured, what the hell, I'll go for it and see, what interest it brings into people. So just, remind you to like, share, and subscribe if it resonates, if it got something out of you. And also, please comment, let me know what you think about the reading. And also, what parts resonate with you. I would love to hear your past life stories or anything that you remember. Also, as well as I would like to hear about, anything that resonated in regards to like the civilizations and the technology and what you're into now. That would at least, it would help me a lot too, just to understand other people. I like to understand the mind and what drives people and things like that, things of that nature. So that's pretty much all I have for you today, Taurus, and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscriptions. I'm grateful for all of it. Hope you have a blessed rest of your month. I'll be back to do more readings in April. This is just, the start. And thank you for watching.